Eala.
Dala ng sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na kung magpatalo, ipagdiwang natin ng Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Sumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Manila. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, Pilipino, yan ang Pinoy.
Power and Play is presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, power and play na, bangon na. Power and play. Bangon na, power and play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and play na, bangon na. Bangon na. Bangon na. Power and play na, bangon na.
Carlos Yulo with 2 gold medals.
Power and Play with Noli Eala.
One year of thrills and excitement. Isang taon po ng talaga naman nakakatuwa at mga tagumpay ng Philippine sports. Ating pong balik tanaw. Tayo po ay magbalik tanaw ngayong araw pong ito. Dito po sa inyong paboritong kasalo tuwing Sabado ng umaga. Uy, bango na! Power and Play na! Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Nako, 4 na araw na lamang, Pasko na. At kaya naman nakita nyo tayo po ngayong araw na to ay Christmas spirit. Ika nga na. Pati ho ang panahon ay nakikisama na dahil sa pagpasok natin kanina dito, ay malamig na, madilim, makulimlim ng konti, may konting pag-ambon. And of course, ang simoy ng hangin ay talaga pong ramdam na. Binabati po natin lahat ng mga suki ng Power and Play sa buong Pilipinas at sa lahat po ng dako ng mundo kung saan man kayo nakakapanood po ng aming palabas. Again, sa lahat po ng mga nasa 1PH on Signal TV, sa True Network, True TV, sa 105.9 True FM, and of course, ang replay po natin sa RPTV tuwing linggo. Plus, of course, yung po mga nanonood sa Facebook Live. Kamusta po kayong lahat? Ako po si Noli Eala. And of course, hindi po kompleto ang ating show kung hindi po kasama ang The Man for All Seasons, lalong-lalo na sa Christmas season, si Jera Season.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Narinig niyo naman ang aking partner. nakatatlong season. Man for All season, Christmas season, at si Jera season. Partner, talagang maganda naman ang ating color coordination.
Yan ang sinasabi ko sa iyo.
Pulang-pula tayo.
Talagang Paskong-Pasko, ha? Ang kulang na lang, laman ng bulsa.
Yun! Kaya kami po, ni partner Noli Eala, ay namamasko po sa
Yun.
inyong lahat.
Yung mga ninong ko, wala na.
Bawas na yun.
Bawas na. Binabati po natin ang lahat po ng ating mga, of course, mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play, mga suki, mga fans, lahat po ng mga sumusunod sa Power and Play ng isang maligayang Pasko po sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay habang papalapit na, ay lalo po nagiging makabuluhan ang kapaskuhan nila, partner. Ikaw pa sa ka magpapasko, partner?
Ako'y...
Nasa Paris ka ba? Sa bahay mo doon?
Hindi, ako'y...
O dito sa may New York?
Ako'y nagpapasalamat sa embahada at binigyan po ako ng multiple visa for 10 years.
Yan.
Sa Antipolo.
Antipolo. Multiple visa embahada ni Red, yung asawa ko ni Jera, na pwede siya mag-golf.
Yeah,
Yan. May visa siya, ha?
Uy, partner, speaking of the Christmas rush,
Oo.
grabe pala ang traffic kagabi.
Naku po.
Standstill. Umabot daw ng hanggang alas 12 ng madaling araw.
Mabuti na lang at nakauwi na ako kagabi. At alam niyo po, tiyagain na lang ninyo. At ito na lang naman.
Ilang araw na lang.
Ito na lang itong weekend na to. Malamang yan sa Lunes at saka sa Martes wala na. Dahil bisperas na po ng Pasko. Handang-handa na po ba ang inyong Noche Buena? Yung pong mga aginaldo at ang mga regalo sa mga inaanak at sa mga mahal sa buhay. And of course, ang pinakamahalaga po, ang ating pong paghahanda ng ating sarili para po sa pagdating ng ating Panginoon sa araw po ng Pasko, ha? Ikaw ba nagsisimbang gabi ka, partner?
Ngayon, hindi na. Dati, dahil yung bahay namin, malapit lang talaga sa simbahan. Pero for this year, medyo putol-putol eh.
Tsaka alam mo, kagaya ko kaka-recover ko pa lang sa ubo at sa sipon.
Okay, pareho tayo, di ba?
Oo nga pala, ikaw, iika-ika ka pa. Talaga mag-ingat tayo, mga kapatid, dahil ang panahon.
Ang panahon ng Pasko, katulad ngayon, umuulan, di ba? May hamog, may puyat, may medyo candidate para magkasakit. Kaya mag-ingat po tayo lahat.
Ang tama ho dyan, hindi naman natin inaalis yung lamig. Gusto naman natin kahit makonting lumamig ng konti ang ating pong kapaligiran. Pero mag-ayos po tayo ng ating suot para hindi naman tayo napapawisan na natutuyuan ng pawis at hindi po nagkakaroon ng problema ang ating pong mga sarili. Oy, siya nga pala, talking about that, gusto ko lang magpasalamat do sa aking doktor, si Dr. Ronald Fajardo, na tayo ay inasikaso. And of course, sa aking kapatid na si Dr. Jovi Eala. Kasi napunan ng kapatid
Doc Jovi!
ko. Yan. Paano?
Matagal na tayo di naglalaro.
Sabi sa akin, isang buong kanatang ubo ng ubo, ha. Halika na, mahirap maglaro pagka medyo masama ang pakiramdam. Talking about laro, mga kapatid, naku, ngayong araw pong ito, ating pong pag-uusapan ang mga laro na nangyari sa taong 2024. Hindi naman lahat, pero at least kahit papano, ating pong babalikan ang mga napakahalagang mga sandali sa Philippine sports, partner.
Actually, ako, relatively, for me, Philippine sports for 2024 was relatively a very good year.
Very good year.
Very good year.
Bountiful harvest.
Yeah.
And of course, yung pong pagbuhay muli ng sigla ng Philippine sports, ha?
Yeah.
At mamaya po, mga kapatid, nasensya na ho kayo, mga kapatid, ha?
Excuse me po.
Excuse me po. Mamaya po, ang ating mga kasama ay mga bisita nating mga mabigat ngayon. Alam naman ho natin na kamakailan, noon lamang linggo, nagkampiyon ang UP Fighting Maroons ng kanilang ikalawang titulo sa 4 na taon sa UAAP Season 87 Men's Basketball. At congratulations sa UP Fighting Maroons, sa buong pong management at leadership o mga opisyal ng UP, and of course sa lahat po ng mga players and coaches. Mamaya po ating pag-usapan ng kanilang tagumpay. Kasama po natin mamaya ang kanilang one and done superstar na si Quentin Millora-Brown, QMB. Dapat ho ay makakasama din natin si Coach Goldwin Monteverde Pero mukhang may lagnat si Coach.
Yung nga pinag-uusapan natin dahil sa panahon.
Oo.
Di ba?
In fact, hindi na nga nakasama si Coach Goldwyn doon sa kanilang mga pagtitipon
Victory
kahapon.
parties, no?
Oo.
Christmas parties.
At lahat yata ng player, according sa ating producer na si Mike, may sipon. Kaya talagang sana hoy mag-ingat kayo. Pero again, makakasama po natin, imbis na si Coach Goldwyn, ang kanya pong assistant coach, yung deputy niya, si Coach Christian Luanzon po, ang ating pong makakasama rin, kasama si QMB. Abangan niyo po yan in our next segment. And then, mamaya po, naku, swerte tayo, partner. Atin naman pong, siyempre, yan na yung players and team, di ba? Doon naman tayo sa mga nagpapatakbo ng sports ng Pilipinas. Ang ating pong mga kasama live sa studio. Dito po sa studio mismo at tayo mapalad talagang tinanggap niya ang ating imbitasyon. Walang iba po kundi ang pinuno, ang head ng Philippine Sports Commission, si Chairman Richard Dickie Bachmann. Ako, partner, live yan.
Live yan. Actually, yung kalakasan ng basketball yan, sinasapal ko yan.
Yun. Pero hanggang dito lang tayo. Hanggang kilikele lang tayo, partner. Kaya mamaya abangan niyo po yan. At kung kayo ay may konting katanungan, baka pwede nyo ipadala sa Facebook. At ang huli po nating bisita ngayong araw pong ito ay ang tennis phenom. Tennis phenom, ang ating pong pinagmamalaki sa mundo ng tennis sa Philippines. Walang iba kundi si Alex Eala.
Ano lang naman, nasa jeans lang naman yan.
Yan lang yan. Yan talaga eh. Ha? Yung mga magaling ka talaga eh. Hindi mo pwedeng ibabayan eh. Diba? Siya po ay nakapanayam natin kagabi. At atin pong ipapalabas yung buong kwentuhan natin with Alex to end our show. So, ang dami natin pag-usapan, partner. Pero ito sabi nga natin, top stories of the year.
Yeah.
Let's begin with maybe the number 5, partner. Ano sa tingin mo ang panglimang top stories natin dito sa Pilipinas?
Doon mo tayo sa baba.
Sa baba, pataas. Siyempre, oo. No.
Palagay ko yung pagbuhay ng pagsigla uli ng sport ng billiards.
Yun.
Dahil may nag-champion sa
Si
atin.
Johan Chua.
Yeah, exactly. Nakapanayam natin dito, di ba?
That's right, oo.
At also,
Pati si Ruben Linamit na kasama natin dito. At yung, of course, yung Asia team na lumaban doon sa Bata Cup. Kasama rin doon ang Pilipino at ang team captain noon ay walang iba kundi si Efren Bata Reyes.
At saka sa larangan rin ng jiu-jitsu.
Yan.
Di ba?
Oo, si Meggy Ochoa ay nagkampiyon din. Yan ang, kumbaga in other sports, sama mo na si Alex Eala.
Siyempre, kakausap lang natin kanina, di ba?
Oo.
Di ba? Kasama yan, yung tennis, si Alex Eala.
Oo. So, ang dami po niyan, samot-saring mga nagkampiyon, EJ Obiena, na umangat pa rin. Kahit hindi siya nagkampiyon, meron pa rin siyang...
May mga European Cup Championship siya.
Correct. Doon sa Diamond League. So, talagang, ang dami po niya mga umusbong na nagpasigla pa. Idagdag pa natin dyan yung Alas Pilipinas, yung volleyball team, partner. Bagamat hindi sila world champion, nabuhay nila ang iba't ibang sport. Ang Alas Pilipinas, nanalo dun sa AVC Challenge Cup, ang kauna-unahang medalya ng volleyball in an international tournament. Malaking bagay yun.
In fact, if I may add rin, partner, no, yung kay Obiena, no, talagang kinakalat niya ang popularity ng pole vault at nagtayo siya ng academy sa Ilocos Norte.
Tama,
diba?
tama. Napakagandang istorya po yan.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to number 4, partner. Yung pang-apat na magandang nangyari po, sa akin naman, partner. Yung pong muling pagbabalik ng professional boxing sa tuktok po ng boxing world. Ito po ay dahil sa pagbabalik bilang kampiyon, world champion. Hindi lamang po contender, pero world champion ang dalawang Pilipino. Kung saan nung araw, tayo ay nabokya.
Oo, di ba? Dahil sa totoo lang, partner, no, kilala ang Pilipinas, no, na palagi may world champion sa boxing.
Tama.
Di ba?
Oo.
Tapos, ang tugatog pa dyan ay yung panahon ni Manny Pacquiao.
Correct.
Di ba? Talagang pero biglang pa nang bumababa at ngayon nagkaroon na naman tayo ng kampiyon.
Hindi po isa, dalawa.
once.
Not once, but twice. Dalawa pong world champion at nakakatuwa dahil parehong tinalo nila pareho ang apelyido na Hapon. Yung Shigioka family. Parang pinagtulungan, ano?
Parang, hindi sabay yan, ha?
Hindi sabay.
Hindi
nila ginulpi.
kinuyog yun, ha?
Ang una po ay si Melvin Jerusalem na nanalo po ng WBC World Minimum Weight title pagkatapos po niyang talunin yung si Yuday Shigioka by split decision noong pong Marso, ha. Siya po ang unang naging world champion. Kaya naman bumalik ang Pilipinas. At yung pangalawa, ito lang, recently, si Pedro Taduran, mga kapatid. Si Pedro Taduran, na atin po nakausap dito mismo sa ating show, nanalo din ng, doon naman siya sa kabilang division. Diba? Siya po ang nanalo, tinalo niya si Ginjiro Shigioka rin.
Siya rin, oh.
Siya pa rin. Walang kadala-dala ito sa Shigioka, no? 9th round TKO noong pong, noong pong Hulyo. Ha? Ito pong si Taduran, ha? Kaya po siya nanalo ng IBF. Minimum Weight Championship.
Ulitin natin, ha? Yung isa, nagkampiyon sa WBC World Minimum Weight.
Correct.
Si Jerusalem. At yung isa naman, world champion rin sa IBF, parehong division. Minimum weight.
Kita mo? Yung mga maliliit, no? Ito yung maliliit, eh. Pero kita nyo, nagbalik na po yung boxing and sana magtuloy-tuloy pa. Alright. Let's go to our third, partner. Third big story ng 2024.
Ay, syempre, imposibleng hindi natin mapag-usapan dyan. Yung programa ng Gilas.
Yun naman yun.
Dahil syempre, nagkampiyon tayo at maganda yung ating showing maski na sa Asian Games, di ba? At yung pagbabalik ni Team Cone na bigla na lang talagang umakyat tayo sa rankings ng FIBA.
Tama. Yan po ang talagang napakalaking balita. Siyempre, alam naman natin, malapit po ang basketball sa puso ng mga Pilipino. At kaya naman, ito pong pagbabalik ng Gilas Pilipinas sa ilalim ni Coach Tim Cone, napakahalaga para sa sport ng basketball. I've always believed na kung saan po pumunta ang ating national team, doon din pupunta ang ating local leagues. And with this rise in the Gilas programs, rise in the world rankings, tayo po yung napakagandang ipinakita sa FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers and then yung of course yung Olympic qualifying tournaments na halos pumasok tayo, no? Tinalo natin yung Latvia. I think that should be one of the highlights of this year, and of course the gold medal sa Asian Games kung saan after so many years sa wakas nanalo po ang Pilipinas muli ng gold medal sa Asian Games. Kontra China pa. Kaya yan po ang ikatlong pinakamalaking story. And of course, patuloy po ang Gilas program na ating tinututukan. Napakaraming beses natin nakasama si Coach Tim Cone dito. In fact, even the past Gilas head coaches. At patuloy po namin tututukan ang Gilas story next year.
And then, if I may add, no, di ba? Siyempre, yung Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, yung kanilang pag-revamp at kanilang reprogramming, no, na even Coach Norman Black ay inilagay para sa grassroots.
That's right.
Kaya talagang
ngayon si LA Tenorio nasa youth na.
Yun. Kaya maganda yung ginagawa ng programa ng SB.
Alam mo, and in fairness, kahit papaano talaga ang PBA ay tumutulong. Nakikita naman po natin yung tangible cooperation between the two.
Adjusting their schedules, no?
Adjusting their schedule, nagpapahiram ng mga player. Of course, naki-coach Tim Cone pa rin po ang pagtanggap ng player dahil alam naman natin, nung nakausap natin siya, ayaw na daw niya magturo. Kaya yan po ay ating sinasaluduhan, ang cooperation ng mga sports officials para po lalong lumakas ang programa. Alright, let's go to our second top story of 2024.
Mabigat din to dahil nakapanayam din natin yan. Kakapanalo pa lang nila ng medalya sa Paris Olympics. Yung dalawang babaeng
boksingero.
Boksingera.
At patuloy, partner, ang kanilang streak of gold medals dyan sa women's boxing. Dahil alam naman natin, in 2021, or 2020 actually yun, pandemic, nanalo din ng medalya ang women's boxing sa Olympics. So, again, patuloy ang streak ng women's boxing, courtesy of Nesty Petesio at si Ira Villegas. Relatively new name.
Yung Ira Villegas, relatively new. kumbaga, first sabak niya
Yes.
sa Olympics. At,
Sayang lang at bronze medal ang nakuha. Pero feeling ko doon, talagang papasok na sa gold medal match UNST. Medyo, well, again, yan ang tinatawag na breaks of the game. But still, a bronze medal is a bronze medal. And the continued growth of our women's boxing program. Of course, ito yung nasimulan ng ating nasirang kaibigan na si Ed Picson na ngayon ay pinagpapatuloy po ng ABAP. And we hope na patuloy, lalong-lalo na sa LA Olympics, na magkaroon pa tayo ng women's
palagay ko, nandyan winning streak na di ba?
Winning streak na. Alam na nila yung programa at of course, yung respeto sa ating women's boxers. Mahalaga po yan. And finally, our top story of 2024, partner.
Ito na yan.
Ayan na, drum roll. Tugu. Ayan. No other. Ayan na, kita mo, may drum roll. Kita mo. Carlos Yulo, mga kapatid. Carlos Yulo. Historic double gold medal sa Paris Olympics. Wala pa nakakagawa niyan sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. And of course, our second consecutive Olympics na meron tayong gold medal pa niya.
Mahirap na ulit yan.
Mahirap.
Para sa bansang Pilipinas.
Lalo na ng isang atleta.
Yes, sa isang atleta.
Naku,
diba?
baka kuha pa tayo dalawa pero iba-ibang sport. Pero yung isang atleta, nakadalawang gold medal. Naku po, napakahirap nun. And alam mo, tinatamasa ngayon ni Kaloy Yulo yung kanyang tagumpay. And he deserves it dahil sa sakripisyo niya.
Even the windfall.
The windfall. Lahat po ng kanyang popularidad. Of course, yung kinikita niya po ngayon, he deserves it. And talaga naman napakalaking karangalan po. Of course, si Kaloy Yulo, nanalo po siya sa Paris Olympics, an unforgettable performance doon sa vault. And then, of course, doon sa floor exercise. And who will ever forget yung kanyang yung ikot-ikot-ikot niya sa ere nung sa floor exercise. And then, of course, yung sa vault niya na pambihira yung kanyang nailundag. Just an amazing feeling para sa Pilipinas. Hanggang ngayon, kinakilabutan ako when I look at this video na nanalo si Kaloy Yulo, pambihira po ang performance ni Kaloy.
Diba? Parang gusto mong, yung, during that time, parang gusto mong kurutin yung sarili mo na totoo ba nangyayari ito? Di ba? Totoo ba nangyayari ito?
And you have to remember, itong floor exercise, nung all-around final, number 12 lang si Kaloy. Hindi siya masyado mataas, pero nung mismong individual events na, naku talagang pinakita ni Kaloy yung kanyang galing. Yung pambihira. And alam mo, he could be one of those dapat na athlete of the year ng Olympics. Kasi bihira yung ginagawa niya, lalong-lalo na para sa isang Asyano.
Yun, exactly.
So again, saludo po kami kay Kaloy Yulo, our top sports story of 2024, and we look forward to more victories, more medals, and of course, more honor para sa ating bansa sa taong 2025. Alright mga kapatid, gusto na po nating mag-break kasi gusto namin kagad ibigay sa inyo ang ating mga espesyal na mga balita, panauhin. Pero bago po yan, siyempre isa muna pong paalala mula sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance. Monitor your current subscription. Top up using debit credit card. Subscribe to the latest Giga promos. Monitor your data consumption. Auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart.
Thank you!
Live more today! Sa atin pong pagbabalik, ang ating pong mga kasama, ang mga miyembro ng victorious UP Fighting Maroons, kampiyon ng UAAP, sila Coach Christian Luanzon at si QMB Quentin Millora-Brown. Ito po ang Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 8:25 ng umaga.
Dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Ito ang programang inaabangan.
True FM.
Sa 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo.
4 days to go. Pasko na. Yung love mo last Christmas, love mo pa rin ba?
This Christmas countdown is brought to you by Simdex D. Sa Simdex D, dama ang alaga, dama ang ginhawa.
Ang sweet mo naman, ang sweet mo rin, para tayong merry magiging. Ang saya na Pasko, ang dahil sa'yo, merry magiging. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry magiging to you. Merry magiging to you. My name is Serena. Merry Christmas!
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Ang oras ay 28.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Whirlpool Home Appliances that make everyday living so much easier. From washers, dryers, refrigerators, microwave ovens, cooking products, to air cons, air purifiers, and dishwashers. Each Whirlpool appliance combines elegance, efficiency, and performance to help you take better care of your family every day. Give everyday care with Whirlpool.
Hindi biro ang maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay. Lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot, dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang pinaiinom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury drugstores and other drugstores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochloride plus, Lorpenamine maleate plus. Paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D tablet. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sa Simdex D, dama ang alaga, dama ang ginhawa.
Whirlpool Appliances brings you a new era of home living, where we are all about sensing what matters. Elevating your lifestyle has never been easier. From Whirlpool washers that adapt to your laundry needs, to refrigerators that extend the freshness of your food items. As an American pride for over 110 years, Whirlpool is dedicated to creating innovations that truly matter. Experience the Whirlpool Sixth Sense innovation. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
Hindi biro ang maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay. Lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot, dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang pinaiinom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury drugstores and other drugstores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochloride plus, Lorpenamine maleate plus. Paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D tablet. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sa Simdex D, dama ang alaga, dama ang ginhawa.
Ang oras, 8:30.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng Simdex D. Sa Simdex D, dama ang alaga, dama ang ginhawa.
Fujidenzo believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fujidenzo? Just like families and companies trusting Fujidenzo, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fujidenzo HD inverter appliances. Fujidenzo, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo, quality above all. Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
True FM.
On 105.9. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Ang ganda. Ganda nung pero ito po nagbabalik ang Power and Play mga kapatid. Gusto po nating batiin lahat ng ating mga nakikinig sa San Pablo City. Lalong-lalo na sa SPC Medical Center at sa San Pablo Colleges. Merry Christmas. Pasensya na kayo. Hindi ako nakarating sa ating pagtitipon. But again, I wish everyone in SPC Medical Center and of course sa San Pablo Colleges ng maligayang Pasko. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kasama dyan, si Dr. Joy, si Engineer Roy, si June, at lahat po ng ating mga nakasama dyan sa San Pablo. Partner?
Kapaskuhan, kaya maabigyak kabwasan at si kayo namin, di tayo Lingayen, Pangasinan, ang aking mga kamag-anak na nanonood palagi ng Power and Play. Plus also, shout out din sa isang masugid na nanonood sa atin, ang aking batchmate na si Ricky Spassky Pascual.
Uy!
Kamusta Ricky?
Kamusta?
Thank you for watching.
Talking about Ricky, belated happy birthday sa chairman Asik Ricky Alegre.
Yun!
Mga kasama natin.
Si Ricky Alegre.
At saka nga pala.
Golfmate din natin yan.
Isa pang belated happy birthday kay Coach Tim Cone.
Binati natin last week.
Happy birthday, Coach. Happy birthday to everyone ng mga nagsasapit po ng kanilang birthday. Alright mga kapatid, before we proceed, syempre, patuloy po ang pamimigay ng isang big supporter ng Power and Play, ang Joyride Philippines, ng kanilang top-up promo dito po sa Power and Play. Again, napakadali po para manalo ng 1,000 pesos JR Pay wallet credits. Download the latest version ng Joyride Super App. Ipadala ang screenshot sa aming pong Facebook page via PM kasama ng inyong pangalan at ng inyong registered mobile number at may chance po kayo manalo ng 1,000 pesos na magagamit ninyo sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride MC Taxi or Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at ang Joyride Super Taxi na ngayon po ay nasa airport na.
Yun.
Mga kapatid
nakita ko yung video yun, partner
kung kayo po ay pupunta sa airport, gamitin nyo po ang Joyride Super Taxi. Napakadali po lalo na sa Terminal 3. Nandun po sa right side sa may papuntang multi-level parking. Naka-ready na po yan. No waiting. Wala pong paghihintay ng inyong pong sasakyan. And of course, hindi pa tayo tapos dyan. Namimigay pa rin po ang Joyride ng limited edition Aqua Flask. Again, same drill. Download po niyo ang ating Joyride Super App. Tapos kumuha po kayo after you book your ride ng isang creative picture with your driver partner at ipadala po yung picture na yan sa aming pong FB page kasama ng hashtag of the week. At ito po ang hashtag of the week, hashtag choose Joyride PH. Yan At kami po ipipili ng mananalo ng limited edition Aqua Flask mula sa Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. Alright mga kapatid, at this time, we are ready to begin yung ating pong huntahan dito sa Power and Play. At ang ating pong unang mga kasama ay ating pong itatampok So what's the score? Back on top ang UP Fighting Maroons matapos ma-dethrone ang De La Salle University Green Archers sa UAAP Men's Basketball Tournament ng Season 87. Kung dati 35 years, even 36 years yata ang hinintay ng UP, ngayon nakadalawang championship na sila sa loob ng 4 na season. Sa likod yan ng Game 3, 66-62 win ng Fighting Maroons. Finals MVP si JD Kagulangan na kung matatandaan nyo ay ang pumukol din ng winning triple sa mala fairy tale run nila noong 2021. Ang tanong natin ngayon, linggo, ay may tuturing na bang dynasty ang UP Fighting Maroons at ano ba ang kailangan nilang gawin para ipagpatuloy ang kanilang winning run? At ngayong araw pong ito, makakasama natin, of course, ang deputy ni Coach Goldwin Monteverde na sana po'y gumaling. Coach Gold, magpagaling ka.
Get well soon.
Get well soon, Coach Goldwin. Ang ating pong makasama, walang iba kundi si Assistant Coach Christian Luanzon at ang kanilang one and done star center, Quentin Millora-Brown or QMB. Hello, gentlemen. Chris, good to see you. QMB, Merry Christmas to both of you.
Tom, Boss Dolly, kumusta po? Thank you po sa pag-imbita sa amin.
Maraming salamat.
Merry Christmas po sa inyo.
QMB, Merry Christmas and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me and Merry Christmas.
My partner is Jera Season, Coach Chris, dito sa show, and we're very happy, we're very excited to be talking to you. And let me begin, I suppose, with QMB muna. You attended your first bonfire last Monday. Obviously that was a cool event. Describe the feeling. How was that for you? That experience, Quentin?
Oh, it was amazing. It's something that all the guys were talking about from the very beginning of the season. We want to win the championship, and everyone was telling me like the bonfire is going to be one of the greatest experiences of your life, and it lived up to every expectation and some.
How meaningful was that bonfire, given that the whole entire UP community always supported the team?
I mean, it was an amazing opportunity to just connect with the community. Everyone who had been to the bonfire when they won in '84 was telling me that it was a little disappointing because it was COVID, so they couldn't have that same close contact that we had this time when we got to take pictures with fans, sign autographs, and just really get to know the community that's supported us all season.
That's right. Well, Coach Chris, I want to ask first, and I want to clarify this. You were also part of the first championship in 2021? Kasama ka na ba doon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oo.
Yeah, that was 2022.
2022. Season 84. Correct.
Yes.
All right. Let me ask you, kasi nakadalawa ka na. Nakadalawa na ang UP in 4 years. Actually, gawin na nating dalawang title in 40 years. Kasi ganun katagal yun eh. So, di ba, naghintay kayo ng 36 and then finally a second title this year. So, it's 2 titles in 40 years. Compare the 2 championships, Coach Chris. How similar and how different was the journey towards the championship?
Well, to your point, though, both seasons had their own uniqueness, so to speak. No, obviously the 84 one, that was our first year as a staff. Si Coach Gold, when he was appointed the head coaching job, we came in as the underdogs in that season. Finished top 2, twice to beat advantage, and then if you remember, we were against La Salle also, and that sort of like Cinderella finish, as you introduced us earlier. But that La Salle series wherein we had a twice to beat advantage, we lost the first game and then we were down 15. I believe the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and we eventually was able to overcome that challenge, and the rest, as they say, is history with my hitting that step back 3 in game 3. And then this season was a story of redemption. falling short in the last 2 seasons. Where in season 85 and 86, because winning 84, we were expected already. And we fell short, after winning, games 1 and 2 for both seasons, losing games 2 of both seasons, and then eventually, losing game 3 as well. And it was sort of like the same story, the first 2 games, winning game 1 and game 2 this season against LaSalle. And especially how we lost in game 2. But I would say, yung lalim ng sugat, mas mararamdaman mo sa season na ito dahil sa nangyari the past 2 seasons, wherein compared to season 84, there were a lot of excitement dahil first time yun.
Yes.
Yung first time you'll never forget.
Partner?
Yeah, actually, I Coach Chris, Jara season here. First of all,
good morning po.
Good morning. First of all, I knew this guy because he played for UST.
Man, mga uste kayo.
Uste. Kaya your face looks very familiar. And well, going back to my question, prior to Game 3, we were discussing about who had a more pressure in winning the championship.
Yes.
And Coach Wilson, Willie Wilson was
analyzing
it and saying that it was more for LaSalle. But for me, I think the pressure was more on UP because of the redemption, and you're the one hosting this season. So, what were the strategies? Because we were discussing a while ago, before we got on air, that you really put a padlock on KQ. So can you reveal some of the strategies you did for KQ not to really deliver on points?
Yeah, sure. First of all, we had an insurance in QMB, meaning he was our anchor on the backside of the defense. But to stop a player like KQ, it's close to impossible, because obviously the accolades says it all. 2-time MVP, is a great scorer. He's one of the best, or if not the best, shot maker this season. So we just wanted to limit his touches. So nakita niyo yung mga, if you follow the series all throughout, from game 1, yung mga naka-assign na players sa kanya, yung mga specific players, the obvious ones was, Raylan Torres, Harold Alarcon, and Francis Lopez. But the big surprise there, especially in game 1, was Jacob Baila. Wherein he comes in. The first 3 names that I mentioned were in foul trouble, had 2 early fouls in the first half, and then he just comes in ready as a 19-year-old rookie. And that was really impressive for us, to use his length and also yung smarts on the defensive end. Then game 2 happened. We saw a lot of lapses on our end, and it wasn't many lapses, but those few really cost us, and it eventually cost us the game. But game 3, these players, they were they just had a different mindset, especially after the loss in game 2.
Yeah, and one of the unsung heroes, as you mentioned a while ago, was Raylan Torres. He really defended KQ very well, to the point that he already got injured, and he still wanted
that was the first time, by the way, that one of our players cramped up, yung pinulikat buong season. Walang pinulikat buong season sa amin. Speaks a lot, first of all, to our
conditioning.
Strength and conditioning coach, led by Coach Dwight De Mayo and Coach Paulo Rivero. But it also comes with yung mental side of it, of the players. So si Raylan, he paid the price, but it was worth it.
Yeah. Another question lang, partner.
Go ahead.
In game 2, I think we all know the what happened there, and some of the fans of UP were telling that the boo boo of
Francis.
Francis Lopez, and there was a redemption on Game 3. What happened in the dugout after Game 2? What were the feelings of the team and even Lopez himself?
The whole team was frustrated, no question about it, and because we knew that up 7, I believe 3 minutes to go, we had control of that ball game from start to finish. Even though we were down at the half, as I can remember, but we felt like we had control of the game until the last 3 minutes, and that obviously credits to LaSalle, especially to Kevin Kembao. He just went superhuman in that game. But I'm just so happy with Francis of how he was able to redeem himself. To your question, Coach Gold, he talked to Francis, he talked to Raylan, the whole team talked to each other, led by Cap Jerry Abajano and also Co-Cap Maymay Kagulangan. Their heads were down for like the first 10 minutes in the locker room after the game, but at the same time they were able to lift themselves up, and the very next day, si Coach Gold through us, kinausap namin yung mga players, we watched film, and at the same time we pointed out not only our mistakes but also the things that we did well that we could do better, because we knew that the margin for error was slim, and we saw it, and when we saw that in Game 2. So we worked on that, and it can be as simple, if I'm going to go into detail, for example, against Kiambao, we cannot ever go under a screen, whether it's off ball or on a ball screen, and then on Phillips, we just got to put a body on him. And, credit to the player, especially to the big guy, QMB, one and done. He came in August when we were in Korea. So for him to adapt to the system and everything, and we have a lot of schemes defensively, offensively, just is a testament not only to his experience but also his intelligence as a basketball player.
Let me go to those things, QMB. Talking about free throws. In Game 3, you had those 2 nerve-wracking free throws, and you went to the line, you sank that without any sign of nerves. How were you feeling when you were taking those shots? I know you mentioned this already in the media that you offered this to your late grandfather, but how are you feeling about those shots when you were walking there, knowing that in Game 2, UP lost the game with 2 free throws as well? I mean, part of the reason for the loss.
I mean, so they tried to ice me, obviously, by calling the timeout there, but for me, I was just focused on 1 free throw at a time. Clear my mind, being in the moment, and just focusing on 1 shot at a time. 1 shot at a time. And just walking up to the line, I was really just ignore the crowd. Everything's kind of like, it's loud but quiet, right?
Right.
The crowd is screaming, but you're just focusing in on your head, right? Like, the free throw is going to go in right here. Talking yourself up. And then once I let that second free throw go, I was like, all right, we got to get 1 more stop. We just got to find a way to get a stop here.
Yeah.
Because I knew that was our key, right? Like, we got it done, but they're a good team. They can still find a way. So for me, it was just like, keep playing until I hear that last buzzer, until I hear the game was over and we won.
I know that this is your one and only year with UP, QMB. What was asked of you, and how much of yourself did you say you would commit to this run this year when you were recruited by the Fighting Maroons?
Yeah, I mean, so when they recruited me, a lot of what they were asking was the kind of to be that anchor, to be the calming presence, to bring experience in those pressure moments, and try and bring bring that level-headedness. And I think probably like Game 2 was the biggest moment for me and what I brought to the team when we lost that game. I was like, this is what a series is about. I went to each guy and told them, like, The moment you step out of the locker room, forget everything bad that you did. Focus on the good things that you did, and we're going to win game 3. We're going to find a way. And obviously, once I committed to UP, I was all in, right? 100% in. But I think that was kind of the key moment of the season for me, just that game 2 loss and having the presence of mind to just stay calm. This is what a series is about. That's why you play series. You know, each team is going to bring their best every single game. And you're going to win a game, lose a game. And then game 3, winner takes all.
We all know that you came from a great program back in the U.S., Division I, obviously, and you know, you're one of those really celebrated players coming out of college. But you come here to the Philippines, you experience a one-and-done year in a Cinderella way. You know, you had to work for this. You were not at the top of the team standings. You lost to LaSalle their first 2 games, for heaven's sake. And obviously, in the finals, you had to work for this. But now that you're there, you're on the top of the mountain. Any regrets about not doing this earlier, QMB?
Yeah. I mean, so I try to live my life with no regrets. My parents really pushed me for my education, and for me, that was what it was about first, right? Get my education, get my degree, and then I can pursue what I love, basketball. So for me, you know, I live without regrets. You know, it would have been awesome to come here earlier and win some more championships, but being able to win, especially this season, was something that it was a memory that I'll never forget. You know, it was a nod to my late Lolo, and it was just the perfect way to end my college career.
All right. Well, one question to Chris before I leave the game and we move forward. Coach Chris, one of the biggest factors that people are saying, that basketball analysts are saying, of course, are the missed free throws by LaSalle. They missed 16 free throws in Game 3, 12 out of 28. Obviously, you won a lot of categories. Your rotation was shorter. You know, obviously, your shooting may not have been as high as the clip of LaSalle, but you had more shots, giving you more possessions. But here's one thing I want to ask you directly. Was it sadya ba na you were fouling Mike Phillips? Was that an actual strategy? Mike Phillips went 6 out of 15 from the line that day. Yun ba ay sadyang game plan, o it just happened na nakita nyo he was missing? Let's do this quote-unquote hack-a-Mike.
It was not. But at the same time, we were sort of like willing if it happened, which it did a lot. It just so happened that, you know, because, you know, Mike Phillips, we all know, he's a dog for the ball. Even though he's like, you know, 20 feet away. You think like if it was a normal player, hindi po aabot sa bola, but it's different with Mike Phillips. And obviously, you know, QMB, he could attest to that. And it was like that the whole series. Just so happened that a lot of times in that game, he was there. A lot of times also, if I may say, he initiated the contact, especially towards the end, the one with Yanni Stevens when he was pressuring him in the corner. I'll never forget that because it happened right in front of the bench. Refs called a foul. We were frustrated. If you saw our reactions, that was, I believe, midway in the fourth quarter. But at the same time, to see him at the line, we were, you know, sort of like, because of his percentage, parang sabi, okay na rin to. You know, he goes 1 out of 2, and then we score 2 on the other end. And in a game wherein Coach Gold would always tell the players from the start of the season, it only takes 1 point to win a basketball game, then we'll take it. Because we lost by 1 in game 2, and then, you know, we had enough in the end no game 3.
Yeah, just aside the question, QMB, Quentin, Millora-Brown. Are the Milloras from Pangasinan?
So actually, my lolo is from Subic.
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 Oh, malapit na.
Malapit na rin.
It's close.
Because there are a lot of Milloras as well in Pangasinan. But anyway, well, what's the future for the UP Maroons and QMB?
Let's begin with Chris. You know, obviously, kasi we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
Maraming mawawala din sa inyo.
Maraming mawawala sa inyo.
Including QMB for that
May
matter.
papasok din.
We heard about this guy, Andy Gemao, coming in. Ano ba ang mga parating na pwedeng that the UP Fighting Maroons fans may look forward to?
Sino papalit kay JD?
JD, yes, that's another one.
Well, Andy Gembao he was our former player back when we were in NU. When Coach Gold handled the Bold Pups, and then he went to Letran and won a championship there. Now he's currently in Canada, and just trying to hone his skills there. Ray Remogat is coming in after serving.
UE, yung dati UE.
Yeah, from UE. We have Miguel Iniguez also coming in. He's been with us. Both of those guys have been with us for the past year, since they transferred. We also have Francis Noroka, our FSA. So there's going to be 2 of them, and they're going to fight for that spot. And then we have Seven Gagate, who unfortunately missed the season because he had a fractured hand. If he was included in the roster this season, he would have missed at least half of the season or more than half of that. That's why it was best for him and the team, when Coach Log talked to him, to sit it out and to heal and improve. The same thing with Josh Coronel, who's recovering from an ACL injury. So we got a lot of players coming in and a few going out. So
wow.
It's gonna be an interesting off-season, especially sa mga practices.
Parang walang mawawala.
Parang magkakaroon pa ng tupit yan.
What about you, QMB? What's up with you? What's the plan? Are you going the Gilas way, the PBA way, or
the overseas way?
Yes. Nawala ba? Alright, here we go. Did we lose QMB? QMB?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now I'm just looking forward to enjoying the holidays with my family, and then after that I'll work with my agent to figure out future plans.
So nothing definite yet at this point that you can announce?
No, nothing definite yet. Just
anything that you're weighing on.
What are the options?
What are the options?
So obviously PBA, I have to go through the draft in September, and then my agent and I are just looking at other options until then. Then we'll kind of, circle back next at the beginning of the next cycle and figure out where I'll be then. But just right now, I'm just focused on having a great holidays with my family.
Just having fun and enjoying this championship. All right. Well, we have a lot of other things that we wanted to ask you, but let me ask just a few final questions here. I want to ask QMB and Coach Chris, if there's one thing that you are proud with this championship, what is that? I'll begin with you, QMB. What is that you're very proud of this championship?
The resilience that we showed throughout the season. I think that all of the guys felt the pressure throughout the season to win, especially losing to LaSalle those first 2 games. Going into the finals, everyone's like, okay, how do we figure it out? How do we get through it? How do we adjust and adapt and overcome? And just that resilience, that fight, just being there every day, that's what I'm most proud of this season.
All right. Coach Chris?
Yeah, the same as QMB. Winning the off-season tournament in the championship against LaSalle, and then losing the first 2 games, it served like a measuring stick at that point to us, and no question about it. You guys mentioned it earlier, sir, that the pressure is really there. Anytime you're in a LaSalle, UP, Ateneo program, there's always pressure, from the community, from other people, but there's also pressure on us. And si Coach God, he always talks about life. Lagi niya kasing kino-compare ang basketball sa buhay. and he would always say that pressure will always be there. It's how you handle pressure, especially as a group. And I thought this group was resilient enough, as QMB mentioned. In despite of losing the first 2 games, and then how we lost in game 2, to come back only after a few days of rest, not only the physical but the mental part of it. I think it showed a lot in our team's character, led by QMB, Mai, and Cap Jerry.
All right. As a final parting shot question here, QMB, and we go back to the topic of what's the score. Is UP ready to come up to start a dynasty now that you've won 2 in the last 4 years? Knowing what you know about the team, even if you're gone, do you think this is a team capable of multiple championships in the next few years?
Absolutely. I think that all the guys are raring to go into next season, and I'm excited to see how they perform.
Coach Chris, dynasty ang UP?
Sabi ko naman sa inyo, pressure. Tama, pin-pressure na kami ni QMB kahit wala na siya. But with Coach Gold, it's always about taking it one practice, one game, one possession at a time. So as much as I want to say yes, it's how we prepare for it, and that's the only thing I can guarantee, that we're certainly gonna work hard for it, and then we'll see of how far it takes us.
Coach Chris Luanzon and Quentin Millora-Brown, congratulations on your championship. Enjoy it, and we thank you for joining us this morning. Mabuhay kayo, and Merry Christmas to both of you and to the entire UP Fighting Maroons family. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you po. Thank you. Merry Christmas po sa inyo.
Merry Christmas. Thank you po.
Mga kaibigan, ang kampiyon ng UAAP, ang UP Fighting Maroons, Coach Chris Luanzon and QMB.
Okay lang bang fight?
Na-pressure
tuloy.
Yun ang tanong eh. Hindi, kilala ko. Ang bait niya si Chris, grabe. I was with him, of course, in the SMB days and
naglaro
ABL. And those were the days, and we really had, I respect the guy so much, and I've always told him he's a great basketball commentator, and I think he should continue aside from being a assistant coach ng UP. Alright, bago tayo po magpatuloy, isa pong pagsilip sa mga viral video at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Well, mga kapatid, ang ating pong Stop and Pop ngayong araw na ito, ang title po ay That's Cold. Hindi po yung panahon pero panoorin po ninyo to Tingnan niyo po ang batter na ito ni hindi ininda o nawindang ng tamaan ng baseball direkta sa ulo. Safe naman daw siya dahil sa helmet. Talagang ice cold moment, mas malamig pa sa simoy ng Pasko. Point. Sakit yun
Alam mo yung batang yan? Hindi masunurin yan.
Matigas.
Antigas ng ulo.
Alright mga kapatid, before we take a break, isa muna pong pagpapasalamat namin sa lahat po ng mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Again, 7 years, it's Christmas time. And we, in behalf of all of our sponsors, we wish you all Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. Simulan ko na po, of course, sa Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong babago-bago ang panahon mga kapatid, mainit, uulan, lalamig. Kailangan po natin na matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Thank you! Drive forward in style with the new crossover SUV from Cherry. Introducing the new 2025 Tigo 2 Pro. Discover style, power, and innovation in one sleek package. Step into the new 2025 Tigo 2 Pro's modern design made for the bold and dynamic individual. Under the hood, you'll find a new 1.5 dual overhead cam engine paired with either a 5-speed manual or a 9-speed CVT. Switch to sport mode for a powerful engine response or go eco mode for maximum fuel efficiency. Stay connected and entertained with a 10.25-inch infotainment screen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus a HD reverse camera, cruise control, and more. All for the driver who demands it all. And here's the best part. Starting at just 708,000 pesos For the manual transmission variant cash purchase, the new Tigo 2 Pro crossover SUV could be yours. Enjoy worry-free ownership with a warranty package that includes a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. This new Tigo 2 Pro style tech and comfort all wrapped into one dynamic crossover, ready to make it your next ride? Visit your nearest Cherry Auto or Cherry Showdown or showroom, or check out Cherry Auto Philippines on Facebook at Cherry Auto Philippines.
Thank you!
Joyride! No more waiting sa Joyride QR Code instant booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi at i-generate ang QR Code sa Joyride Super App. Ipascan ito sa driver para match agad. At sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. And of course, nandun na po ang Joyride sa Terminal 3, yung pong Joyride Super Taxi Airport version. For inquiries, you may call Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Hotline at 0920-948-6550 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Saturday.
Thank you!
717 Deli. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli. Keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging or lotion or center. Skin is offering a 5+2 promo. Call our branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan for your skin assessment and treatment schedule. Please call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
Rudy Project Shades. Elevate your performance and style with Rudy Project.
Thank you!
Akari Lighting.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapagtaguyod. At sa ating pong pagbabalik, makakasama po natin live sa studio, walang iba kundi ang chairman ng Philippine Sports Commission, Chairman Dickie Bachmann, sa ito po ang Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo at ng Joyride. Ang oras po natin, 9:07 ng umaga.
To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple. Smart ako.
Yapaw did MVP things in the 4th quarter, Chego. It was key.
To the right, to the right.
To the right of the FM band. True FM.
On 105.9.
Hindi biro ang maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay. Lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot, dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang pinaiinom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury drugstores and other drugstores near you. Phenylpropanolamine hydrochloride plus, chlorpenamine maleate plus. Paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D tablet. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sa Simdex D, dama ang alaga, dama ang ginhawa.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
we focused on DBM on the budget for next year. So on average, we've been getting an average of 150 to 200 million from DBM every year. And since we actually got involved already in the budget meetings, so it was a record for PSC na in our operations we got close to 800 million. Wala pa doon yung mga insertions ng mga legislators. Wala pa doon yung NSTF from PAGOR.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at for 2025 we'll be getting maybe a 1.3 to 1.4 billion. And that's wala pa yun Supreme Court ruling.
So this is from the General Appropriations Act.
If I may ask lang, doon sa ruling na Supreme Court, ano ba ang decision doon? What was the ratio of the decision of the justices?
Well,
unanimous yun.
Unanimous.
Uy, bakit pa may motion? Bakit pa may
natatawa din si Chairman Dickie.
Diba?
Diba?
Yeah, so we all know that I can't keep pushing. So we're all waiting, and hopefully it happens next year that we get these funds.
And besides,
just a matter of time.
alam mo naman, siyempre, ang PAGCOR sa ilalim din ng Office of the President, katulad ng PSC. So I guess this is a matter of coordination na lang maaari ang mangyayari dito. But in case you get that, kasi ang laki nun, Chairman Dickie, no? Obviously, tataas ang pondo ng PSC para sa mga atleta. Do you have, are you already making plans on how to allocate this particular fund?
Yeah, I've been getting that question a lot. But, it is a big amount of money. So I wouldn't be, I would rather...
You wouldn't rush?
I wouldn't rush. I will actually form a working group from the POC to the PSC to some of the NSAs to media and to the Office of the President as well. So we can actually sit down and talk about how we can actually spend this and how can we can actually help all the 82 sports and all our athletes.
Kasi isipin mo yun, meron pang back pay yun eh.
Yeah.
All the way back eh. Kaya ang windfall no, napakalaki. And talking about that, Chairman Dickie, one thing that I've asked you about is yung paglaki ng national pool. Is that something under your consideration na to include even the youth athletes who are going to be in the men's team anyway or the women's team?
Yeah. When I came in, the mandate of PSC is actually which is giving assistance to national training pool athletes. Okay, so I felt that how can the youth gain experience, because it's not sports nowadays. It's not anymore local. They have to actually go gain experience abroad. So we cannot fund non-NTP or kids na performing abroad. Okay, so what I did was I funded youth, 5 males plus 1 coach, 5 females plus 1 coach when they go abroad. And if they do win a medal, then we reimburse the whole thing. So at least we're actually funding youth. And I'm working with legislators with the money coming in from PAGCOR. I'm asking them, can we change my mandate? Help me change my mandate to include funding youth. Kasi importante na actually to fund youth already.
Yeah. Sila talaga ang future ng ating, di ba?
Yeah. I've experienced cheerleading in the US. And it was their first time going abroad. And that was the Zobel team, that was the St. Paul team, and our own Philippine team. When they got there and they saw the other countries, they were all like in one corner and shocked to see all that talent. Germany, US, Finland. So all of them were there. So we had to go to them and say, you have every right to be here. So you don't have to be scared. So just compete. So we reached the top 10 in the finals.
Wow.
But we did perform well in the finals. But at least we reached the top 10.
Malay mo, magkaroon ng NSA for cheerleading. Hindi malayo yun.
There is.
Going back, Chairman, going back to the NSAs. You said a while ago that you're now supporting 82 NSAs?
Yes.
Yeah. But isn't it, there are accreditations from the POC.
Yes.
So how do you support a certain NSA if it is not accredited by the POC? How do you go about that?
Okay. When I came in, how we support all this NSA was historical data. Then you add 10%, and that's their budget for all these NSAs. So we created, our staff created a matrix. Na they on point system and performance. So if we give more points to Olympic sports, we give more points to individual sports than team sports. we give more points if you handle your NSA properly. Do you have a grassroots?
Okay.
Do you win medals in the Southeast Asian Games, or the Olympics? So those are, then at the end of the day, it actually gives me a matrix. When I give the overall budget, then it spreads out all the money of PSC to all these NSAs. So it's based on performance now. But there's also some NSAs that are not actually associate, not yet an NSA, no vote, they're associates. But I do give a little funding, but it's not
That's
much.
part of the 82 that you're...
Yeah, part of the 82. But I do give also, pero not much compared to all the other NSAs that we support.
You know, the other thing about supporting the NSAs, ano yan talagang walang control si Chairman Dickie sa mga ginagawang NSA dahil yan ay POC
Exactly.
sa Philippine Olympic Committee yan So talagang pag sinabing NSA yan, walang magawa ang PSC.
But to support.
But it's tricky now because when I came in, I said, I just don't want to be a funding agency. You know, I want to actually get involved and say, give me your program. Present your program to me. Then I'll help you. But if you don't, if you come to my office and then
they just ask for money,
you just ask for money, and when I look at your program and there's nothing happening there, then I will actually, I have every right to not to fund.
Okay.
But it's a very thin line.
Exactly, Lee.
At saka very yun, yung kumbaga sila pa galit sa'yo sila pa ang galit sa'yo.
Bakit? Humingi na nga kami ng pera kung saan pang i-audit namin. Okay, going to that thin line. Now that there's a fresh mandate of Mayor Bambol Tolentino, how is the relationship between you and the leadership of the POC?
You know, I have no problems with Sir Bambol. I think because my brother, I think it's just miscommunicated because my brother is an NSA for squash, and I think they have a history before. But that's my brother, and this is not me. So
you're not your brother's keeper.
Yes. Okay. So I do know, I do understand, and I do know na pag nag-away kami, kawawa yung atleta. So I make it a point that, you know, I'm just fair, you know. But I do communicate to Sir Bumble that, you know, he has to also help me because I do want to fund everyone and help every NSA. But if there are issues, and I think you also understand that documentary requirements, unliquidated, you know, bakit pa yung PSC naghahabol pa sa NSAs? You know, it should be the job of the POC to actually, when they're in the General Assembly, and talk to all those NSAs with actually issues with the PSC. Bakit pa kami? You know, we just want to help, and it'll be my job easier just to, you know, fund and make sure all their requirements are in order.
Do you concur with that?
Malinaw yun, no? Of course, and I think I'm very happy that at least sinasabi ni Chairman Dickie that he has no problems with Mayor Bambol, diba? And willing siya talaga to work. But, you know, and I want to ask that, Chairman Dickie, as of now, kamusta yung liquidation? May problema ba ang maraming NSA? O bumaba na naman?
Bumaba na ang husto. So, because I made it, the board made it a policy na if you don't really liquidate, then we will not actually fund. Actually, sinasabi pa namin, maski na pa konti-konti, basta gumagalaw.
Basta may ginagawang liquidation.
So I can actually show my face to COA, gumagalaw naman So don't.
So ang policy ngayon, if they have unliquidated pero gumagalaw, kahit paano mabibigyan niya ng pondo.
Yes.
That's the way. Okay. Which is fair. Very, very fair.
I always look for a win-win situation.
In terms of one other thing that of course the PSC is very, very needed is infrastructure, Chairman Dickie. Recently, I heard and I read that you entered into an agreement with the Department of Public Works and Highways, for the building of dormitories and facilities. Can you tell us a little bit about this at Bakit DPWH, Chairman Dickie?
Okay, so for this year, the budget for this year for facilities, for capital outlay, we actually broke ground. We tore down the boxing in the Pencak Silat.
Dito sa RMC.
Rizal Memorial.
Sa Rizal, sa likod.
And then this was, the funding came from our Senator Pia.
Okay.
So we partnered with DPWH para mas mabilis.
Chairman, can you move your mic a little bit? Yeah. Partner. Okay.
So we partnered with DPWH para mas mabilis because PSC procurement has so many things in line. that we didn't want to add pa yung facilities. So we partnered with DPWH and someone from our engineering nakatutok lang with that project. So we broke ground already for that pencaxilat and boxing. The foundation's finished, and then we're gonna go to the next step to build already.
Okay.
We also broke ground the baseball field. I know when I came in, you told me about the baseball. So the gallery is being fixed right now.
Nice. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we're gonna add on to next year. We'll be going to the field, the baseball field, and extending the field as well.
Wow.
Dormitories in field sports will be actually starting this before the end of the year. We're fixing all the dormitories, and then we have next year as well the bowling alley. I did promise Ma'am Bongku her own facility, so that's a 12-story facility which will have indoor parking.
Is that all funded by the PSC?
Yes.
Kasi dati may private company na was offering to fund this, but ito pala PSC na talaga to. Diretso na to.
All the work we do on the lobbying from Congress and from Senate, so all that money we're actually making use for the facilities of the PSC.
Very good.
But I did promise also our employees that we will fix our own building. Because our own building, you should know.
Meron ng crack yun pare.
Luma na yun
Hindi, nung nag-earthquake,
yeah.
delikado yun
It is condemned. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Here's another question. You plan to add and refurbish and improve all the facilities within the Rizal Memorial Coliseum. But my question is, it's still lack space. Whatever happened to the facilities that was constructed during the time of the Southeast Asian Games in Pampanga?
Okay, it's passed on in Congress, approved na, naka-third reading na, approved na lahat to be passed on to PSC. Now we're waiting on the Senate to actually start talking about it and having it donated to PSC. Once that is approved, that can be for all our elite athletes.
Yeah.
That can be a place where we can actually.
Who among the senators who's lobbying for this bill to be passed?
Okay,
aside from I guess Senator Pia Cayetano.
Yeah, from Congress it's Congressman Mike D.
Yeah,
he's in charge of youth and sports, and then from the Senate it's Senator Zubiri, Senators Bongo, and you have the Cayetanos as well. So pushing that. So I'm just waiting till it gets started.
Do you think that will be passed before this Congress ends or in the next Congress?
My fingers are crossed, pero that it makes sense to actually pass it on to PSC. Then we can start building new facilities and we can have our international hosting of events, which we do have a lot next year. Should be there already.
Okay.
And talking about that, international hosting, the World Cup of Volleyball is going to be held next year.
Yeah.
Kagaya ng FIBA World Cup, hiningan ba din ang PSC ng tulong, Chairman Dickie, ng ating samahang volleyball?
Yes. So all our legislators and government is actually helping FIVB. So we're looking at $2 billion for that project. It's it's 32 countries single hosting.
Wow.
Okay.
Laki nun. Sa FIBA, 8 countries lang ang nagpunta dito
Yeah. And then we also have a hosting of futsal, which will be in field sports. So that's around another 16 countries. And then we have gymnastics, Ma'am Cynthia. So she has an international hosting as well. And then we also have weightlifting, another international hosting. So hopefully our legislators can actually add it on to PSC for our NSAs.
I read also somewhere that you have suggested, kasi meron na rin nga yung Southeast Asian Games next year, Chairman Dickie, na haluan ang SEA Games lineup. Hindi lang ng puro yung mga veterano at saka mga Olympic medalist na. Alisin na nga yung Olympic medalist, samahan na ng mga youth para ma-develop ang ating pool.
That's for next year. That's
ready for next year. How is that coming along, Chairman Dickie?
It's a tricky, because I do believe that our top-tier athletes shouldn't be focused anymore on the Southeast Asian Games. It should be those upcoming athletes already. But I do also understand that we want to win medals. I do also understand that these athletes also have a chance to earn money.
That's right.
So I'm kind of mixed feelings.
But in other words, naisuggest na yan. Naimongkahin na sa NSA yan. But it's up to them. Kasi at the end of the day, wala naman talaga yung no?
Yeah.
But at least it's him voicing out, what many other sports officials have been suggesting na i-develop yung youth, no? Kasi nga na may lalaban mo si Kaluyulo doon, alam naman natin kaya-kaya niya na yan, di ba? Kung matalo pa yun, di napahiya pa.
Yeah. It's just like also si Bata Reyes, he competed in the Southeast Asian Games, which I felt na
dapat hindi na,
di ba? Parang you're an idol na, you're an icon already. So why compete there? So that's only my 2 cents, and hopefully they hear it.
You have a point there, Chairman. You have a point there. And on certain sports events, di ba? Kung talagang nandiyan ka na, wag ka na,
wag ka nang makisaw
Pang-Olympics ka na.
Bigay mo na sa iba yun. Kasi sigurado ka na naman mananalo ng insentibo. All right, we have so many other things that we wanted to talk to you about, Chairman Dickie, but I'm sure we can save it for another day. So before I let you go, Chairman Dickie, if you had 3 wishes for Philippine sports this coming 2025, what would it be, Chairman Dickie?
My first would be, because we do have 80 sports, and I do want to fix the back end of PSC, the organization. Okay? And that's been my struggle for the past months. That I do want to give the employees, we have like 90 permanent employees and around 300 COS, contractual. And these COS are all doing all the permanent positions work. So I do want to expand the organization and give more plantilla positions. So this COS can actually go up the ladder and earn regular pay.
That's right.
So that's what I want to do. There's also a plan that we transition to a department of sports.
Yes. Oh, how is that coming along?
So I did do my report. I sent my report to the BBM, and I said in my report that I'll attack this twofold. We can do Department of Sports, but I know it'll take a long time. But I also sent another report. This is what PSC needs now to serve the athletes, to serve 82 NSAs. So that's what I'm doing.
All right.
And hopefully I can get the budget I need and to actually support and manage all these facilities. I also want support that I do want to increase the allowances of our athletes, and because medyo mababa, the average new athlete is 10,200. That's that's below minimum wage.
Right.
It's like 300 pesos per month. Basta 300 pesos per day.
Per day.
Okay. I also want to actually change the mandate, and I need the legislators' help. 100% of incentives goes to athlete, 50% goes to coaches. But I do, we all have to understand that the NSA does the work. So I'm hoping that we can add 25% that goes to the NSA. And then I also understand that some athletes and sports have more than one coach. So another 25% can actually go to the coaching staff. Okay, because my experience here in the Olympics was some coaches didn't get incentives. So I'm hoping that we can all come together and give incentives to everyone who got involved and who actually prepared the athlete for winning a medal.
That's right. Well, a lot of work, partner. Napapagod ako, nakikinig lang ako kay Chairman Dickie.
Actually, to all of you viewers of this program, look, we have the former PSC chairman and we have the current PSC chairman. Now, sizing them up, di ba? I see that you enjoy it, pero nakakapagod. Katulad ka rin dati dyan, partner. Di ba? But what's so... what I'm glad to see from you guys, both of you, talagang yung puso nyo nasa sports, kitang-kita, di ba? Ang daming problema, katulad mo rin dati, hinihinahin mo sa akin na, but you really have to do it in order for our sports to improve and develop. Okay, kudos.
And I'm very happy that Chairman Dickie has really put his head down.
Yeah.
Alam ko, mas marami pa na hindi tayo sinasabi sa ating Chairman Dickie, lalong-lalo na yung mga little problems sa loob ng PSC.
At alam mo rin yan.
Well, all the money coming in for our athletes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that are gonna be interested in my position.
Oo.
But to me, sa akin naman is, this position naman is a service, not a career.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm doing this for the athletes. I'm doing for this for all the sports. So wala akong agenda.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not happy, then by all means.
Yeah.
No, but you know, again, ito, sasabihin ko na po ang totoo, marami na po tayo naririnig tungkol dyan, pero, you know, tigilan nyo na po yan. Unang-una, hindi pa nga ho, diba, nag-iinit ng sports. At maganda naman, bakit kailangan nating bulabugin po ang PSC?
I agree.
I really think that we should stop this. If there's an appeal that we can make, I think let the PSC do its job. Huwag na po natin haluan ng politika. Hindi po kailangan niya ng atleta. At Chairman Dickie is doing all he can. Nakikita naman natin. Nakikita naman natin. And so I think let's just support the PSC. Let's support the athletes. And let's go ahead and win again in 2025.
Maraming salamat po.
Chairman Dickie, maraming salamat sa oras mo.
Thank you po.
And before, again, gusto namin batiin ng PSC ng Merry Christmas, the entire family ng PSC, and of course, lahat po ng mga atleta. Yeah. Alright, mga kapatid, dyan na muna si Chairman Dickie. But ngayon po, mga kapatid, as we continue our show, nakapanayan po natin ang isang athlete superstar na of course susuportahan ng PSC yan as the years go ahead. Ito po ang ating itatampok sa In the Spotlight. She's our tennis phenom at kahapon po nakausap natin siya sa Power and Play. Walang iba kung hindi ang ating pinagmamalaking si Alex Eala. And kasama na po natin ang ating pinagmamalaki si Alex Eala. Hi Alex, welcome back. It's nice to have you back in the Philippines.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Talagang parang base na base okay lakad
Siyempre, holidays na
Siyempre. And I'm sure masayang-masaya ang buong pamilya with you back in town. Of course, you won't be staying too long. But you know, first things first, you've been, you were of course in the UAAP finals.
You don't want to give a 3 here for NU. A quick...
Understand from Daddy Mike that you were on the UP side, so
no other choice. No other choice.
Kita mo yan, kaya nasasaktan yung mga puso ng mga
Taga-Lasal.
Yeah. But what did you think about the UAP finals between UP and De La Salle?
No, I think it was a super fun match to watch, and parang tight din yung laban and so much history between the two teams. So the atmosphere was crazy. It was amazing, and this is the second time I've watched UAAP.
And obviously the fans saw you, and it was a treat for many who posted with you and about you. Yeah, I also saw on your IG, Alex, that you've started to get some gifts from your sponsors, of course, particularly Nike, that is really supporting your career. That's a pile that you got from them, obviously. But what has been the best Christmas gift so far that you've received?
Wow. Actually, I haven't gotten a lot of Christmas, syempre from Nike, but I think I'm just happy to be with the family. Syempre, time with the family and time at home is something that happens only around, well, time at home happens mostly only around Christmas time. So, syempre masaya pag Pasko na buo yung pamilya.
Lalo na ngayon, na-relax na with your mom being finally retired.
Yes.
So I think there must be a different atmosphere in the home.
I don't think much has changed. I'm sure for her, it's a big breath of fresh air to have a break after working nonstop for 30 plus years, no?
Right.
And it's so nice to have her around more, have her sleep in, and have her just have the time to do the things that she's wanted to do. The small things, working out, stuff that she didn't have time to do before.
Excellent. And, well, you said that you're not yet getting so many things, but if you were to ask your own Santa Claus, your own Santa, what would that Christmas gift be and why?
Oh, Alam mo yung nasa Christmas list ko ngayon is a digital camera. To take pictures. So, I'll see, baka in Australia, mas mura yung electronics doon. So, yeah. I think I've been very active on social media now. So, I think that's going to help. And it's something that I've gotten into recently. I've been taking a lot of pictures.
Right. Well, I guess that's really some of the things that will last you beyond your career. All the memories that you bring along with you.
It's so nice to document all of these, all of the journey, diba? Syempre, earlier on. It's nice. It's gonna be nice to look back on.
And talking about that, now that let's talk a little bit about the just ended season, the WTA tour, of course. Aside from the points that you gain from to get ranking by joining all of these tournaments, Alex, anong significance on playing, or what do you find? What do you like best about playing on the tour?
Oh, I think everything is still quite new for me. So I like to. Oh wow. Of course, traveling is such a huge privilege, and it's such a big part of being a tennis player. I like to see new places, and by new places is new tennis courts and new new gyms. But I like to just see how people are on the day to day in different countries. But I feel that's something that not a lot of people can do, and I really like that part of the WTA tour. Yeah.
The best country that you've visited so far, and in terms of even the experience and the culture, or the at least the warmth of the hospitality.
Ako, gusto ko talaga yung Japan. I feel, pag sa Asia, I really feel at home. I like Japan. I like to travel and compete in Thailand because it's very similar to here. And I like Switzerland. I feel Switzerland is so beautiful, so scenic, and just so otherworldly for me.
Yeah, well, and obviously these are places that you will be going back to year in and year out, and with the season coming up. And talking about that, I know it's a job for you now that you're a professional tennis player, but how do you prepare mentally? How do you prepare for that kind of grind, knowing that you're facing another maybe 10, 9, 10, 11 months of tennis in front of you for 2025? How do you prepare for that?
Well, that's the job description. I mean, that's what I signed up for, and of course, I really love competing. I love being on court and solving problems and facing the challenges. So, and at the end of the day, you feel like you don't compete enough if you're not doing that 10, 11, months of the work. And just like every other job, parang it gives you also purpose. It gives you a goal to work towards. And of course, I have so many goals for next year. So I'm more excited than anything.
Well, before we go to your goals, the last season, describe it for us. What is your grade? What would you give yourself if you were to assess what happened in 2024?
A naman, A. I would give yeah.
In other words, happy ka with the win.
Happy naman, syempre. Yeah. You have to be happy. I do think that I passed a lot of milestones this year, but there are definitely moments that I think I was so close to achieving more, and then hindi lang nangyari. But it's okay. In the end, I'm very happy with how I performed and how I've improved this year. So I'm excited to see how my game's going to develop and how the results are going to develop next year.
Let's jump into that. Next year, you were saying that you have a lot of goals for 2025. Can you tell us, what are those goals? At least your top, maybe 3 goals for next year.
Well, number one is to qualify for a Grand Slam main draw. This year I've been so
Knocking on the
close.
door.
In the past 3 Grand Slams, I've come so close, and yan yung sinasabi kong kanina. So close, but hindi pa nangyayari. Yeah, so that's the first one, I would say. The second one, ranking-wise, I'd like to get to close to 100. And third, I'd like to win a title. Parang gusto ko every year,
Particularly
at least may one
any
title. Wala
singles
namang
or doubles?
particular, there's no particular title, but preferably I'd like to win one. At least one per year.
Oo, tama naman, di ba? And it doesn't matter whether it's singles or doubles.
Singles. I'm a singles player. So,
Okay, so yun ang 3 top goals for 2025. And syempre everyone is working towards that, and we are all, of course, praying for that. Going back to your life on the tour, I'm sure now that you travel, kasi nakakatuwa yung biyahe mo. Halimbawa, the last time we spoke, you were going to China, then you went to Japan, then you went to the Middle East, and it's not like you just went there one day. You stayed there like for a whole month, or at least 2 to 3 weeks. No, it's a long tour of duty in one place, playing in 2 to 3 tournaments as well in those places. First of all, you're already an expert in packing, siguro, no? I mean,
oh yes! Oh my gosh, can't imagine.
What is something that you will not leave home outside of your gym clothes and your competition uniform?
My neck pillow.
Neck pillow? For the plane?
For the plane.
Okay.
I can sleep anywhere, Tito. I tell you, anywhere I can sleep with that neck pillow. Oh my God.
So that's something that's hindi pwedeng mawala. Okay. What other things do you need to have? A gadget, a book, toiletries that are important to you that you cannot.
Of course, I always bring my iPad for Netflix and stuff. I always bring a book. Doesn't mean I always read it, but I always have it on hand. I just try to keep things that can keep me entertained, and help me disconnect when I'm not playing tennis. So normally that would be gadgets or reading, or I don't know. Yan lang naman eh. I mean, there's no other. It's all
You have no other
tennis.
time. You don't have
No other space.
no other space. You don't have time to go out anyway. And do you do shopping? Well, do you still have time to shop in those places?
Sometimes. Sometimes I do. Yeah.
Interesting.
But not always. Yeah.
All right. Here's another thing about everybody sees your competition uniform. Of course, you're a Nike athlete, and it's actually very nice, very beautiful clothing and trendy. Who picks these clothes for you? Is this you or is this your sponsor?
Well, Nike comes out with collections in certain time frames. So from that collection, of course, you're free to pick and choose what you wear. But then it's also nice that they come out with fresh and new clothes multiple times a year.
Can you suggest like a color or a style?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Baka maybe when I'm much better na. But that would be a nice dream to have my own kind of line with Nike, but malayo pa yan.
Those are mga, I guess, personal dreams and goals, of course, to have your own set of clothes really also on the shelf, so everybody can
of course,
be like you, ika nga eh. All right. Well, you are going to be on the tour again, and when you talk about the tour, what's the best part of it for you, being on the tour?
Wow. I think just to be in that environment of competition and that thriving environment where everybody is so professional and you know that every single person is good. So it really pushes you and it really makes you lock in and think about every day about the little things and about what you're doing. And there's so much to learn when you're in that environment. And it's all you can do is just absorb the information and learn from it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's a lot. I mean, when you get to meet a lot of people and play a lot of games, obviously that's like almost data overload for you, and as you try to evaluate that. But when you look back at your 2024 season, Alex, meron ka bang unforgettable moments that as you said, you had your digital camera. If you wanted to take that picture again, what would be those most unforgettable moments or shots or matches in 2024?
It would have to be the final round of US Open qualifying. I can't even start to explain like the atmosphere of that match. Sayang lang natalo ako third set, 6-4. Right. But I felt if I had won that, it would have been such a big milestone for me and of course for Philippine tennis. And just to be surrounded by so many Pinoys, like it's something unforgettable, and it's like I was playing back here.
Yeah, well, we watched that, and we were all hoping that you could go all the way there. But again, you'll have your shot for sure, and everybody's going to be watching again with their digital cameras. Pero we also saw you grimacing. There were moments, of course, when everyone was concerned, that about your injuries, about your pains. What was the most difficult time naman for you in the tour in 2024?
I would say I was struggling a bit in the beginning of the year and also a bit around that China time. This year, I played significantly more WTA tournaments than last year. So, of course, when you play tougher opponents, the win-loss ratio changes a little bit. And just dealing with, those periods of time where hindi ka lang nanalo, and it happens. I think I had, in the China tour, the ratio wasn't good, and I had been working so hard, and it was a difficult time, but not enough to really break my confidence or break
FBR.
Yan po mga kapatid, ang ating panayam with Alex Eala. Kung gusto niyo po mapanood yung buong interview niya, konti na naman, panoorin niyo po sa aming Facebook page. And of course, next week, meron tayong best of the best. Ipapalabas muli natin yung interview with Alex Eala. Alright, partner, bago tayo magtapos, gusto ko lang pong i-announce lahat ng mga nanalo sa Joyride Top-Up promo ng mananalo ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits. Aisha Elacion, Shanelyn Zamora, Christine Gabad, Annalyn Ibanez, Aaron Jacob de la Cruz. Congratulations sa inyo lahat. 1,000 pesos mula sa Joyride Philippines. Partner, Pasko na! Yep. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas
po sa inyo lahat. Merry Christmas, partner.
Merry Christmas po sa inyo lahat.
I hope that kami po ay bumabati sa inyong pamilya. Sana po ay lahat kayo ay nasa mabuting kalagayan at sana ay maging masaya ang inyong pong kapaskuhan. Tangalan po ng Power and Play, Merry Christmas to all of you and happy 2025. Magkita-kita po muli tayo next week. At lagi po natin sinasabi dito sa Power and Play tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy sporting weekend sa inyo lahat.
More power
and more play.
Merry Christmas!
Merry
Bye!
Christmas!
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at pagpapatalo. Ipagdiwang natin ang pili. simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulot, sumbesibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita, ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play is presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, there's more to our cars. Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo pag
Game over na! Next Saturday ulit, Noli Eala.